How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, life as usual is just like kicking me in the nuts. Pretty sure it's no secret about my drinking issues. I don't want to get into exactly how deep they run. Um, I've tried a few times to get it under control, and I have succeeded in those attempts briefly, but nothing, no roots have grown to keep it long term. Um, but the struggle is very real. Um, I am looking into other options to help with that, um, but I know as of late it has become a very, very real struggle for me. Um, I do remember, shit doesn't seem like all that long ago that I could buy a 6 pack of beer, take it home, and it would take 3 months to be gone. And maybe a little TMI. Um, as it stands now, um, my days off, 3 days a week, 2 cases of beer, and that I'm sorry, but I do realize that's excessive. It is really excessive. Um, I don't want to dwell on the past. I'm sure a lot of you know that some of the recent uh, losses in my life. Um, so I don't want to dwell too hard on that, but that does not help. Um, for those that do not know, I lost my dad in 2019. Um, I never got that resolved psychologically in my own brain. And then I lost my mother before I had that resolved. Um, Lost my mother 2 years ago. Um, Thursday night, I found out that my sister is going to be going in for surgery tomorrow, as a matter of fact. My sister is a year older than I am. So there are some struggles there. I really cannot guarantee anything about how I'd react if I lost my sister at this point. Um, I'm pretty sure it would not be good for me. Um, but there's a new struggle now. It's like I'm at that age where death is getting more and more common. Um, I can't help but feeling selfish and wish it was mine and not theirs. Um, and I think psychologically that's like the wrong way to look at it. Um, but dealing with all this now, um, I'm pretty sure I can't say 100%, but I'm relatively sure that that is causing like the bulk of my drinking. I would like to think that's what it is, because if not, then I have a problem that runs a lot deeper. Um, I do know for a certain fact that when my dad started to suffer the health issues, as he progressed through that process, my drinking did get heavier, absolutely. I think it's to like drown out the thought or the pain. I think those both run hand in hand. Um, but I do know for a fact that, for however you look at it, that's where a lot of it started. Um, it used to, my drinking used to be recreational, and now it's become more medicinal. borderline on um, way of life. I don't even know if that qualifies. I do know that I have a strong enough mindset to work through it, but with all um, the life situations I'm dealing with, it it makes it a lot more difficult. There have been a couple of people that I've met online and online only said they would help me. That if I need them, call them. And I've tried using that. And I swear to God, I'm not gonna blame them whatsoever in any aspect of this. But my life schedule is different than theirs, and when I need them, they still have their life going on that they're looking after. So I can't blame them. But the timeline just doesn't fit. So it's only happened a few times, and it's not like I'm reaching out for help all of the time. That's pretty much where I'm at. That if I do reach out for help, the help that I'm seeking is not available, and it's not their fault. And I don't blame them for that. I don't hold them accountable. But I don't know at what point I'm going to need help. I can't schedule when I'm going to need help. My employer does have certain um, resources and stuff like that, and I have started reaching out towards that. Um, so I am starting to look elsewhere outside of people I know. So I think that might be better, actually, in all honesty, because reaching out through a service like that, it's not something I'm going to have to face every day. Um, it can be um, more I get anonymous is the word I'm looking for. So I am reaching out. Um, I am not so egotistical to think for a minute that I can do it on my own, all by myself, all the time. I do know that for the most part, I can, but not all the time. But I'm not one to ask for help. I have always been the one to give help. But I I am finding myself struggling, and I, so welcome, Teresa. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm trying to get my earbuds to work, so give me 1 second. I'm sorry, I'm delayed.
Um, I don't know if it's my settings or nothing, but I can barely hear you. Um,
Okay, can you hear me better now?
let me turn my speakers all the way up because I have them down
Or
at
not, I
50,
don't
which is
know.
where I normally have them. So I don't know. I don't want to alter yours or in any way. So I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. Can you hear me anymore? I don't know
I
if
can
there's any
I
way
can
I
hear
can pick myself
I
up.
can hear I can hear you now. If I shut up, I can hear you.
Okay. I don't know why my earbuds are not connecting this morning. For whatever reason, I had to connect them. DFK, have you considered, I mean, honestly, more professional help than, just reaching out, to close friends and family as far as, more support with, help for your drinking. You know, I'm
Um,
saying I'm
I,
saying there's no shame in, in
I
reaching out to,
I
a
have been.
rehab where you can go in, they can detox you, especially particularly if you're drinking as much alcohol as you are, where they can detox you safely.
I have considered reaching out to friends and family. Um, but I've always been one to help friends and family and always give the help, not get the help. So I have noticed.
I'm saying sometimes you need to reach a professional. Good as caring as your friends and family can be, they may not have the tools that they need to be able to help you.
Right,
Whereas,
and I really don't think that they do. So, like I said, my job offers certain benefits, and counseling is one of those. And I have reached out to them 3 times in the last 4 days, and um, they're going to be sending me contacts for local counseling to where I can meet with people. Also, AA groups in my area. So yeah, I'm at that point, and I know I've mentioned it.
DFK, you don't. There's no shame in spending some time in a hospital where they can detox you, give you the tools that you need to come out and get, being able to on the support of friends and family.
Right, and I do remember talking to Stacy a few times, or especially on that sobriety panel that I did, however long ago it was, and she had mentioned certain withdrawal symptoms and stuff that I need to keep an eye out for, and I did. The, it started off to be 30 days, ended up being 35, and I did not have any withdrawal symptoms. So I don't think the physiological dependency is there. I guess that's the right term. I think it's the right term, but I'm not sure. But the physiological symptoms were not there. I did not suffer any known withdrawal symptoms. I didn't feel deprived. I didn't start craving. I didn't start waking up in the middle of the night in cold sweats or anything like that, wanting to drink it. I just had the mindset, and that's what it was. And I got through it without any problems, anything like that. I'm not sure what made me start again because that was a really good start on sobriety. Um, but for whatever reason it happened, it started again. It did start, and
Well, you're not alone. A lot of people, will call it relapse. I mean, that's part of recovery is relapse. Lots of people struggle over and over again before they finally quit.
yeah. Well, I guess all my hurdles have stumbling blocks in front and behind each and every one of them now. Um, I would like to attribute the God, blame my parents. Yeah, that's a real good thing. The death of my parents, uh, lost my dad. Yeah, that was a huge blow. That was a very big blow. Um, Still, it wasn't even over my dad's passing, and then my mother passed, and yeah, that surely did not help. Um, Thursday night, I found out my sister's going in for surgery tomorrow, and it's like, oh, life is good, right? Yeah.
It can
Maybe.
be stressful, DFK.
So
There's a
yeah,
lot of stresses in life. I know.
yeah, but I'm reaching like the boiling point of pretty much all of them, and I have found that alcohol's always been there for me. It doesn't question me, doesn't judge me. It it's just there, and I know um, from everything I've learned that it's not a good thing, but it's there. It is the one comfort that has been there for me every step of the way of my life. And I know it's sad to say that I've come to rely on that one thing that I knew I could trust. So I am seeking counseling for that. Absolutely, I am. It's not going unnoticed that I have an issue. I'm acknowledging it and I'm admitting it and making myself vulnerable, which I don't like. Um, but yeah, it's becoming a real problem.
Yeah, it's not always a good idea to make yourself vulnerable in front of the type of people, that are in our community because they can just, use it against you.
Oh yeah, I know.
But DFK, lots of people struggle like you. I don't want you to think you're alone or that you're a bad person or anything like that because you struggle with, an addiction. Lots of people do.
Yeah,
And,
there.
every day is a new day. Every day is a new day to deal with it. Every day is a new day to make it better. Every day is a new day to get a little bit better than you were the day before.
And I yeah, I can't promise to be the best person on the planet, but I do strive to be better than I was the day before. I remember back when I had that sobriety panel that Peanut was just celebrating almost her 30th day, her 1 month anniversary of being clean, and there was a panel she was on later. I think it was on Shelley's, and she says, "Well, now I'm 2 months clean." It's like, yeah, you show off. Shut up. I was happy for
That's
her,
right.
but
She's doing great. She's doing great. And,
yeah,
I mean, you can be there too. You can do
and
great too. It just took one day for her to decide that that was the last day. It was the last day of drinking and everybody struggles with that. And I say everybody struggles with that. Not everybody struggles with addiction. I mean, I don't have any I've never had any issue with alcohol or what have you, but I mean I was a smoker for a lot of years and I finally my birthday this year. So, but the reason I came up here, DFK, basically, I don't want to try to analyze you or get into a bunch of, I just wanted to encourage you, not to, turn a blind eye to more professional style of help with, the, with your problem. That
yeah,
there are specialists out there, actual professionals, people who actually do have master's degrees and stuff that can actually help you, give you the tools that you need, medical professionals that can help detox you, people that have been
right.
in the business of getting people off of drugs and alcohol for eons and eons that can help you get you the tools that you need more so than, and I know this gives you I
More
know
so
this
than
gives,
anybody on fucking YouTube can. I
well,
get.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
more so than any
yeah.
of us goofballs here on the internet can.
Um, you call them goofballs. I just call them many different flavors of rainbows and shit like that. Um, but each and every rainbow has their silver lining, and um, one of the brightest rainbows I met for that was Stacy. Um, she does seem that she works in that field, and she's very knowledgeable about that. And she expressed concern um, that long ago. Anyway, I'm not sure if that still stands or not, but there was concern there, and I know that going on YouTube and expressing shit like that, yeah, I've got my trolls. I call them fans that are gonna fucking troll me over this shit. And I don't care if that blows their skirt up. Then fine, so be it. If they want to take pleasure in my pain, great for them. That explains their character, not mine. Um, but I know I'm not alone in this. I know there have been many that have gone through it. I know there are still more going through it. Um, but if nobody speaks out about it, it doesn't get addressed. It doesn't get recognized. Um, like I said, in the last 4 days, I have talked to oh god, I don't know how you even classify it. Psychiatrics Online, um, 800 psychics or whatever. Not the not, not the ones that tell forces and shit like that. But I have talked to them 3 times in the last 4 days. So I am reaching out. I'm realizing this problem might be bigger than me. I'm taking ownership of that. Um, I've had other options put put in front of me a few times, but now I'm reaching out because I am finally starting to realize that this might be bigger than me. So I am reaching out. But I do realize now that sobriety is a complete bitch. It is a very real struggle. So
Yeah, it can be. It can be a big. Have you read? Do you have a copy of the Alcoholics Anonymous book?
no, I do not have that one. I'm looking. I'm actually looking forward to being in AA and getting 13th stepped because I've heard about that. And that's like the only good step in there from everybody's told me. But that's just a joke. That's just a joke. No, but
Well, there's lots of programs too. I mean, they're not just
right.
AA. AA is just another tool.
Yeah, and I have come to the realization that AA is more like a biblical based theory, and that kind of worries me because I don't know how you would classify my religious status. I don't know how that would be classified.
I've heard that some people do struggle with that aspect of AA. Particularly if they're not religious. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know all of the details about the 12-step program. My partner, my husband, is a recovering alcoholic, and he quit drinking back in I think 1987. So I have a copy of the
Congratulations.
AA book here, it's a pretty old copy, but I do have a copy of it here, and I've read it before.
Congratulations for him.
Yeah, congratulations for him. But like I said, every day is a new day,
Yeah.
and you just
40 years
start
of
there.
sobriety. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
That's
I think
absolutely.
it's about 30 something, but yeah,
Well, you said
that's
1980.
right. That's one of the good things about, I think, one of the good things about the Alcoholics Anonymous book is that there are lots of encouraging stories in there, for you to read.
Yeah. Um, it's just finding one that works for me. Um, and it's tough because, like I said, I've never ever been one to reach out for help in my life. Um, I have always been the one giving the help, not getting the help, and I'm just feeling that I'm at that point. And for me, it's tough. I don't think anybody could understand how tough it is for me unless you've always been the one giving support and giving and giving and giving, and then finding yourself all of a sudden in a need of support and not being able to get it returned. And it really does suck. It really, really does. Like, I've given you help for how long, and you can't answer a phone call from me. But then I stop and realize, well, no, my timeline does not fit in with everybody else's. It never has. It never will.
Well, in DFK, you're going to have to learn to depend on yourself also, you know.
Right. That's why I am utilizing myself to reach out and get the help that is available 24 hours on a phone, online, whatever. Because I know that when I feel a need to drink, it doesn't happen on somebody else's timeline. It's not. It's not going to coincide with their schedule of availability. So that's why they have 24-hour helplines, and I'm pretty much reduced to that, and I get that. And in some cases, that might be better because they don't know me. They don't know who I am. They're just looking at the problem, not the individual. And I think in a lot of aspects, that's good.
DFK, are you sober now?
No, not totally. No.
Is that what's got you upset this evening? What made you decide to go live?
Um, just realizing that I'm having an issue that probably others have, because I'm sure I'm not alone in this shit. I'm sure there are those that are suffering the same thing, that are going through it, and they might not realize it yet, but when they do realize it, if I go live about it before they realize it, it's like, hey, DFK's been there. He seems pretty legit. Maybe I can talk to him. Maybe we can help each other, or maybe I've been there just a little bit longer, and I realized it like 2 months sooner, and maybe we can talk. So, I mean,
You
those are
seem you've always seemed to be the kind of person to me that, and I don't know this because I'm not in your real life or anything, but you seem like the kind of person to me that no matter how much you drink the day before, if you have work the next day, you're able to get up and go. Do you miss work because of your alcoholism?
very seldom. I cannot say I've never done it. I have done it a few times, but normally I'm a very high functioning alcohol or a very high functioning drunk.
That's kind of what I thought. Right? I mean, I've seen you drink lots and lots and be able to stay up on a panel for a long time. You know what I mean? I mean, most people would be out sleeping, passed out, but you're still awake, and maybe your conversations are not
Not
completely,
not totally
coherent,
coherent.
but somewhat. I mean, for someone who's trying, I was saying that the other night. For someone who's had a case of beer to drink, sometimes you can still argue. I mean, so
Yeah, I can
obviously
make
you
a lot
can.
of sense.
Obviously, you have a high tolerance. Yeah.
Yeah, I can make sense after a lot of drinks. Memory the following day, not always 100%, um, but my memory's not really been 100% ever in my life. And I was on panel just the other night. Says, "Well, I've got one of those Men in Black little mind loop things, and I put that fucker to use every night. So when I wake up the next day, it's all brand new, and I've pretty much forgotten everything I did the day before, anything anybody's ever done the day before. I I got fresh eyes every fucking day I wake up, and that's not always a bad thing.
And it's not always a good thing, huh?
Yeah, but it's damn sure not always a bad thing because a lot of people do a lot of stupid shit that you don't want to have to think about the following day, me included. I am not innocent of that, but
DFK, where did your did your parents, either one of them, struggle with alcohol?
no, not at all. Um, my father died, or my dad. Well, my dad died from Alzheimer's, dementia. My mother passed from a
That had to
bunch
be
of mental
difficult.
health issues.
For your dad dying from Alzheimer's and dementia, that had to be a difficult process to go through.
Oh yeah, I remember how much it hurt me the day that he didn't recognize me, didn't know who I was, but yet he still knew my name.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I know.
And then I remember how much it hurt me, even after he had forgotten who I was. That my mother and I went to visit him, and he looked over at my mom, says, "Who are you?" And my mother's face just, oh, you saw that her heart just fucking sunk. And I knew exactly how she felt at that moment because it happened to me, but it wasn't his fault. And yeah, that's tough. Oh my god, that was
Yeah.
like the
Before
worst day
my
of my
dad
life.
passed, there were a couple of times when he didn't recognize me, and that is tough. It's very difficult.
But my parents had been married for 35 or almost 35 years, and then he didn't, for whatever reason, at that moment, did not know who she was, and that was hard. That was really hard. Um, so
Well, DFK, they wouldn't want you to suffer. They would want you to move on with your life. They wouldn't want you, you know, to have to be able to get through the day. because of losing them. You know what I mean? And that's something that I struggle with too. I have to tell myself that a lot, with the losses in my own life, that, they wouldn't want us to suffer. They would want us to keep going on, you know. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And psychologically, there is one thing that I really struggle with. One major thing that I really struggle with, and I don't want to put it out on fucking YouTube. Um,
Those struggles that you have are the kinds of things that professionals will be able to help you manage. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And you don't have to talk
and
about them on YouTube, but the reason that I'm here is to encourage you to find a professional.
that
So,
is why I'm
yeah.
reaching out. I'm using the services that my employment offers. Um, and like I said, there's one thing that I struggle with. I will. I swear to God, I'll never put it on fucking YouTube. Um, but yeah, there is one thing. Um,
But DFK, you're welcome to reach out to me personally. I'm gonna put my phone number back here in the private chat if you need anything. And I mean, if I can help you find professionals in your area that can, help get you into some sort of a treatment program or what have you, I'd be happy to help you, do that.
I appreciate that. I really do. Just understand that I think a lot of people know that if I have their number, I call when I need. I don't call on schedules, and I don't expect anybody to just use my number on my schedule basis. Um, so just understand that before you put it in there. But I
Oh,
do
no worries,
appreciate.
DFK. That phone number, you can call it anytime. If I'm sleeping, I won't answer it. If I'm able to answer it, I will. So
Yeah,
the number's there if you need, and if I don't answer, you can always text me.
I'm the same way because when I go to sleep or when I'm at work, I'm not going to answer my phone. If I'm up alive and near my phone, yeah, I'll answer. I don't care if it's something I don't want to hear. I'm going to answer. Um, I just wanted to put that out there. So
Did you get off early this morning and start drinking?
I actually know I've not worked since God, like mid shift on Thursday, and then Thursday.
Cool. You've been off for like 4 days, huh? What is that, 5 days?
Well, I was supposed to work Friday, but then I got home Thursday and found out that my sister was going in for surgery, and oh God, I about lost my shit. So I did not make it to work Friday. So um, yeah, that's pretty much it.
And then you've been off ever since, or what?
Yeah, and then she goes in for surgery tomorrow morning. Oh God, in about 5 hours she goes in for surgery.
She's going to be okay, DFK.
That's what I try and convince myself of, but hopefully her luck's better than mine. So know if it was me going in for surgery, um, uh, I don't even want to speculate on that because,
You'd be
it,
fine too.
well, no, it'd be unpleasant for somebody or either me or the population. So
You go in for a brainectomy.
yeah, I would welcome that. I really would. Get that fucker out of me because I know it's killing me.
New brain.
Either a brainectomy or a heartectomy, one or the other, because one of them fuckers is killing me.
All right, DFK. I need to get need to jump off here, but I don't know. I just wanted to give you some words of encouragement. Give you my number if you need
I
anything.
appreciate that very much, Teresa. Thank you
You know,
for
I'm
coming
here.
up.
Alrighty. You have a wonderful day, and quit sweating all the small stuff. Your sister's gonna be okay. And if you need anything, give me a call. Okay?
Yeah, I do my best not to sweat the petty stuff, but it's so hard not to pet the sweaty stuff.
I know. I know. I know. Sometimes you can make, little things, what they call making a mountain into a molehill into a mountain. What is it?
Yep.
A mountain out of a molehill. I don't know how they say it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I
Make
know
things
exactly what you
bigger than what they are because like your surgery, you may be making it into a mountain because of what you've experienced with your parents.
mean.
But
Yeah, and
you know what I'm
I get,
saying. So
I think like the real problem is I'm not sure if my sister is listening right now, and I'm actually hoping that she is not listening right now. She is subscribed to my channel, and she just lurks. She never gets involved in chat. She
well, it's
just lurks
middle
and
of the
listens.
night. Still the middle of the night.
Well,
She's probably sleeping.
considering the fact that she's supposed to be in the hospital tomorrow, hopefully she is sleeping right now. Um, I forgot where I was going with this.
You said you hope she's not listening.
Yeah, she's supposed to be going in for a pretty standard sort of uh, average, I guess you would say, mild, whatever however you classify it. Not like a major involve everybody surgery. And I think that's the part that scares me more than anything. Because when something becomes routine, you tend to miss the obvious things that should have been noticed. And this is just my experience. It's like um, if you live in an area for so long, you start totally disregarding the obvious beauty of this area because you've been there. You become oblivious to it. You become sub- I don't know what the word is, but you just start missing the obvious things. And if you've been doing surgeries or particular types of surgeries for so long, you miss the obvious things that you should have noticed. You miss the beauty of things. You miss, um, yeah, the things you should have noticed. And I think that's the part that scares me the most because it's not an uncommon surgery. There's been a lot of people that have had it, but I think that's the part that scares me. If it was something new, well, yeah, you got like a whole team of experts. They are everywhere, and you got so many eyes looking at so many different things. Yeah, nothing gets missed. Nothing gets missed. But when it becomes commonplace, then the procedure becomes mundane. Okay, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, we gotta do this, and then we gotta make sure we do this also. You know what? Fuck you. There's a life right there on the table. And yeah,
Well, I think maybe you're looking into it a little bit too much.
yeah,
I
I'm
think,
overthinking it. Yeah, I
yes,
know.
overthinking it. I think so. I think you are. I'm not. I'm not trying to put you down for doing it. I honestly think that's probably has more to do with the alcohol, with giving
But
you
that is,
circular thoughts in your, some people do get caught up in these circular thought patterns where, they just, it just circles and circles. It's the same circle of thoughts over and over again, that bring you back to the same circle of thoughts. Does that make sense? So that those same thoughts circle and circle in your head over and over again.
yeah, but that is the actual reality. Um, like I say, when it's
She's going
something,
to be okay, DFK. She's going to be okay.
God, I fucking hope so. Because if not, I'm gonna flip. I'm going to absolutely 100% flip. Um,
You still there? I don't know if he's still there. Yes, Poon, come up here and talk some sense. Say hi to everybody in the chat. Hello. Everybody in the chat, hello. All of you. Particularly Gemini 7, who has a lot of funny things to say this morning. And Cindy. Good morning, Cindy. Yeah, I guess we lost DFK. Completely lost him. Good morning to Cindy. I saw Wilma. See, GD is probably back at the grocery store by now. I don't know if people know that about GD, but he runs a chain of grocery stores there in the Australias. Yep. Yes, apparently DFK has been taken away by the spirits of his family. Has anybody else been watching the US Open tennis? I don't know if anybody watches tennis. My husband watches pretty much any sport where they keep score. So I've been watching this US Open for, I don't know, days, it seems like. DFK, you made it back. It's good to see you again.
yeah, my computer's suffering thermal shutdowns.
Thermal shutdowns, is that from sunspots or some sort of, I don't know, gamma rays?
It claims overheating, and I actually looked at some little part of it this time when it came back up, and it said temperature 90 E. I have no idea what
90
90
E. Oh my
90
God.
E. What I don't even know what that means. If it was 90 F, I would understand. If it was 90 C, I could understand what that means. But 90 E, I've never seen a temperature written in 90 E. I don't know what that E refers to.
Can't be good. There's no
Huh?
way that can be good.
Well, I'm sure it could, and that's why it suffers thermal shutdowns.
Have you thought about putting a fan on it? One of those
Uh,
cooling fans at the bottom? Do you know, like it's like a lap pad, but it's got a big fan or some fans or some shit in it. It blows on you while you've got it on. Like it's for like tablet, a, a laptop.
yeah, it is a laptop. I seem to notice that more when I'm streaming than just like being on somebody's panel. I'm not sure the difference between streaming and just being on a panel.
Yeah, this StreamYards takes up a lot of CPU on your computer. I notice it slows mine down too.
But
Sometimes I'll stream and
it's not like a power issue. It's a thermal issue. It's all temperature related. I'm not sure why streaming would cause more heat than just anything else.
I think it uses more of your CPUs. You know, like your computer's working harder. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or like, just searching on the internet doesn't use enough
Right, like
CPU.
motors overheat more when they're going uphill.
Right, right. Like instead of going 30, you're going 100
Yeah,
in your car, that'll overheat your car. Going 100. You know what I mean?
yeah. And thank you so much for keeping the panel going while I was suffering that thermal shutdown.
It's okay. I started discussing the US Open. I don't know if anybody even cares about
Oh,
that. Do
golf.
people watch it? No, the US
Oh,
Open in
tennis.
tennis. Yes,
Oh,
yes.
okay. I know it was sports related. So anyway, I was halfway there.
Well, how's your computer doing now? What'd you do? What'd you do? How'd you fix it?
I turned it back on.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
It,
That's
it,
always a good start.
yeah, and it could potentially shut down in like 10 minutes. Don't know.
Turning my computer off and back on again is really the only thing that I know about fixing computers.
Yeah, it's a hard reboot. Yeah, but I have noticed that when it suffers the thermal shutdown, it starts up a whole lot quicker than a hard reboot. I don't understand that. That makes no sense to me.
That is weird. I agree with Punky though. It could be a fan malfunction. It could be that you have dust that's covering the back of your computer, so it's not
Oh yeah,
or she's right. It could be that you need a like a faster computer because it's. But I was saying when I use StreamYards, it typically and I have a pretty fast computer. I have a MacBook Pro, and it's got I mean I just got this computer last year, so it's pretty fast computer, but it will get pretty warm and it will slow down a little bit whenever I'm using StreamYards for whatever reason.
and give it just a little bit of time, it will be outdated, just like mine. Because I only got
That's
mine like
right.
2 or 3
That's right.
years ago, and
Mm.
apparently now it's already outdated.
Yes, poon dust in your holes. I just got this one like last year, and it won't be too long. But I mean, it's a MacBook. I paid almost $5,000 for this computer, so hopefully my last one, it went for 10 years. It was, I spent a lot of money on it, but it actually lasted for 10 years. So this one, I hope to get just as much out of it.
Well, they're figuring everybody's paying more for shit they think is relevant and still going to be outdated in the same period of time. Just saying.
That's right. That's right. Like I mean, when you look for a computer, I guess you buy the best you can afford at the time. So I like to make videos and stuff, so I wanted a computer that would keep up with that. This one is pretty good at that. If you like to stream, you might next time you buy a computer, you might think of buying something with, like a better CPU, something faster, more memory, things like that. I don't know. I really don't know. I had some friends that helped me with the purchase of this computer that sort of, I told them what all features it had, and they were like, yeah, that'll be good for what you do with it. And so I bought it, and everything's been fine so far, but I don't know what the guidelines are for that. I have no idea.
Yeah, me either.
Oh, look, authority check is here.
Okay.
How you doing this morning, authority check? Oh, I'm sorry, that's vital organ. Excuse me.
See, I really do have mixed opinions of AC. And I guess the reason I have those mixed opinions is because I've seen like two entirely different characters from AC.
AC, I believe, is from Corpus Christi. I grew up in Corpus Christi. Did you know that?
I don't know that where you were born has anything to do with it. Um, as far as like your character and how you handle yourself on panels and what you do on panels, but I do have mixed opinions about AC.
He's just another one of us goobers on the internet.
Yeah,
That's all.
he can be really good. He can definitely contribute, or he can definitely contribute something that will force you to end your stream immediately.
I've noticed that.
So
Yeah.
I guess that's why the mixed opinion, I guess you would say.
Got mixed opinions. Well, never know how to take him. Well, you never know how to take him.
Yeah, you
Mm.
never know what he. Yeah, he is the epitome of a box of chocolates.
Well, that's just because, there's some people on the internet you just can't trust. You know what I'm saying? When you're on the internet, particularly, you really have nothing other than your words. And,
Right.
for people to trust, that you're not going to do whatever. That's all you have. So if people can't trust your words, then, you're you're garbage on the internet as far as that goes. I mean, because you have nothing else. You know what I'm saying?
You only
You
have
have
your.
nothing else.
That's all I've had my entire life, so I had to live my life by my word. So if my word becomes where it doesn't mean shit, then my life has
That's
been
right.
a complete fucking waste.
If after a while people say, "Oh, everything I hear from that person turns out to be horse shit," like like what happened with Earl David Warden, after a while of his horse shit, people
I
got
have
to
no
where they
clue.
said, that that guy's a liar. You can't trust a word that comes out of his mouth. So, I mean, that's how it goes. Like I said, on the internet, all you really have is your word, and people can have watch the time pass and see whether or not you're honest and truthful, and they can b- judge you from there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, I know what you're saying. So,
But they have really nothing else to judge you on, you know, other than what you say and how you behave and what have you when it comes to the internet.
and I think for the most part, like if we compare internet to like credit and shit, as far as internet concerns, I should have a gold card. Banks, yeah, maybe not quite so much, because I really do my best to live up to my word, no matter where it's given, what is said about it. I really do my best. So,
Well, you can't trust a word Poon says. You could say right there. It says right there. All horseshit. Everything Poon says.
who said that?
Poon. Poon. He says you can't trust a word he says.
Oh, I don't know why he's speaking about himself
I
that way.
think he's just joking.
I
He's
guess
just
he's looking
joking.
for higher finance rates. I don't know why anybody would want them, but
He wants the
you can get 'em.
12.5%, the 12.5% finance rate instead of the 3.3. What's wrong with you, Poon?
Maybe he's looking for the 25%. Put more
We
hours there, you can get those.
we saved. We thought that meant something. He's put in some sort of you hear that dinging? Do you hear that dinging, DFK?
That ain't me.
That was you. That's you sending me a text message.
I well, shit. It took a long time to fucking get there. Then
It's the second notification. That's the second one. I'm getting
I
it.
only sent you one, and so that no, it had to be somebody else because I only sent
Mm.
one.
You sent me one, and it notified me, and then I just looked at it, and then I didn't do anything with it, and then it gave me a second
Well,
notification.
then that's your phone settings. You can't blame me for your
That's
phone
right.
settings.
That's right. I am blaming you, though. I am blaming you.
Well, good luck with that. Let me know how it works for you. I only sent one message, so if you don't
That's
have
right.
your
I'm
phone
sending
set
you
the
a
right way,
$500 fine for it too. I'm fining you $500.
okay, you just go ahead and put it on my bill.
I will. I'll write it. I'll write it in a block of ice, as they say.
No, just send me an invoice.
I'll send you an invoice now that I have your phone number.
Certified mail. Send me an
I'm
invoice.
going to text it to you.
No, it's got to be certified
I
mail.
have to go out and
You you
I have to pay $8 for to send the letter to you too.
you had better be able to show receipts that
I have
it
to
was
go all the way
received.
to the post office for that.
You better be able to show that it was received.
Oh, for Christ's sakes.
Otherwise, I'm gonna say, well, no, I never got it. Point blank. So you got to have your receipts. Well, no, you received it.
No worries.
Certified letter shows right here. You
No
signed for it.
worries. I
There
know
you
how to
go.
do that. I know how to send out certified letters for.
There you go. And you better get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it.
Let me type up this $500 fine invoice.
Oh yeah.
Thankfully, I have QuickBooks. I have QuickBooks, so I'm going to have QuickBooks send you an invoice for the fine.
I got slow pages. Does that work?
I don't think so. Slow pages? What is
Yeah.
that?
Well, it's an alternative to QuickBooks.
Oh, that's sweet. Slow notebooks.
It ain't very personal, but
Slow tablet.
it's an alternative. I'm just saying, those who just
Did
want to
you
try and get by without any hurry in life
did you know
and make it work.
my mom is an accountant? My mother is an accountant. My mic still working? I don't know. I can't tell. DFK, can you still hear me? Yeah, I guess it is working.
Absolutely, I can. Um, hey, Poon, if you'd like to come up, there is just like a little something I'd like to discuss with you.
Poon. What
Uh,
would you want to discuss with him? Did you know he's from Texas also? I don't know if I don't think he's from Corpus Christi though.
that don't matter to me. That don't mean shit to me. Everybody's
Texas is a pretty big place though. It's each different town, each different
and
city, they're so far apart that they all have their own little, you know,
and
intricacies.
that affects the price of tea in China. How? I
It
guess I
affects, yes,
don't know.
it affects the price of tea, the price of barbecue, and the price of nachos.
Oh, so like the important things.
Most of most of the important
Well,
things,
that
yes.
sucks. I don't know how it
Mm.
would affect it. I don't know how it would affect the price of barbecue.
Well, it does. It does, and I don't have time to explain it to you, DFK, but it
God, I
does.
wish you did have time because I'd love to
It's
hear how that
it's too
affects it.
complicated.
Because
It's way too complicated. It has to do with politics, the new world order, and a lot
well,
of
I
things
know you can get good
I'm just
barbecue,
not going to
bad
get into.
barbecue in the same city anywhere across America. Um, a lot of it comes down like personal taste.
You know what? You can get a lot of bad barbecue across America. You don't get.
Yeah,
It's hard to
mainly
get
because
good
people
barbecue.
mainly because people don't know what the fuck they're doing. They try and pass it off, thinking somebody else won't know.
When I
But
was
those that know, and those that don't never will. Just saying.
when I was in Missouri for those Ferguson protests way back when, we went to a place, a barbecue place there in, I guess it was in St. Louis, and you had to get there early enough, because they'd sell out of the barbecue. So we had to go. We had heard it was a great place and went, and we got in this big ass long, long line. And by the time we get to the front of it, all they have left is sausage or something. They were out of brisket, out of chicken, out of everything. So, good barbecue places, you have to get there
Yeah.
early to get the
Create the
food.
drive. Doesn't mean that what was sold was good, which is sold out. Because somebody else
Right, right.
got the same message and they sold out before the long line passed through. No, but yeah, I will agree that good barbecue, and I mean really, really good barbecue, is so hard to find. And if it is found, it's probably going to be found more in a little mom and pop place as opposed to like a national brand. That's just my personal opinion.
Right, right. They have when I was in Missouri many years ago, Kansas City, Missouri, they have a place there, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's real famous at the time. Gosh, I wish I could remember the name of it. But at the time, it had been visited by Bill Clinton because it's so popular, this barbecue place. So we went there for a class trip when I was in college. So thing that we stayed in a week in Kansas City, and we had to go to this barbecue place. And let me tell you, that shit was good, but it was expensive. It was super expensive. So,
Well, yeah, you don't find good barbecue cheap. Anybody offering
no,
cheap barbecue, you just stay the fuck away from it. Period.
yes, it was. I think it was Gates. There's two of them. I want to say there's Gates and there's another one, STL. I think it was Gates though that we went to because I wanted to go to both, and we ended up only going to one.
Do you want to know where I go when I want really, really, really good barbecue? There's only one place I go for really good barbecue, my
Where's
back,
that, your mama? Your
nope,
backyard?
my my backyard.
I can make
DFK,
brisket.
DF,
I can make a brisket.
oh yeah, I do. Yeah. Ooh, um, DFK did not get fat by not knowing how to fucking cook.
Good morning, Richard Cheese. How are you?
And I like my barbecue. And yeah, I can do dry rubs. I can do sauces. Oh yeah, and I can. I don't think there's any cut of meat that I'm not barbecued. But
How
that is.
about brisket? Tell us your secret to cooking brisket. I'm going to walk in the kitchen and get some coffee, so I might lose my microphone for a minute.
There's no secret to brisket. You put it on there. You get the grill set to like 250. You keep a real steady temperature, and it's a long time cooking. And you make sure the flat is at the indirect side, away from the heat. You keep it low and slow. And last hour, you put it in foil. Put your fucking Worcestershire in there. Fucking a, fucking a. Let it rest 30 minutes afterwards. Fucking a. Oh my god, melt in your mouth. Mm. But it is a definitely long cooking time. It's not something that it. Oh, it's absolutely nothing that can be rushed.
Like 10 hours.
If it's rushed, it's disgusting.
Like 10 hours. 10 hours on a brisket. Can you hear me?
And I will admit, my very first brisket was a complete fucking failure. It was a complete failure. I will admit that. But I learned a lot of shit between the first one and the second one. Second one was, oh my god, so definitely lesson learned.
Yeah, brisket 10 hours to you want a really good, but eight'll work. You can do it for like 8 hours.
No,
And ribs, you like to cook ribs
in
in the
general,
barbecue.
it's 12 hours.
Ah, a whole 12.
Yeah, you don't slide you don't slide that. Uh-uh.
Do you like to cook pork? What's your favorite? That's what I was going to ask you. What's your favorite thing to barbecue?
My absolute favorite thing to barbecue, pork spare ribs. That's my favorite thing to barbecue.
Huh. Hmm. I like pork spare ribs too.
And I only say
I
that.
used to I used to work for a barbecue place. I had to cook, like I don't know, 200 pounds of brisket every day and another 100 pounds of ribs every day.
Oh,
But
so you were quizzing me. Holy fuck. Did I pass
I'd
the test?
smoked. You did great. You did great. You can get away with 8 hours on a brisket. And you can get away with 4 hours on ribs if you cook them low and slow.
Yeah.
But they're better the longer. Yeah, the longer you go. What's even better is if you cook them one day and then you cool them off and then you load them back up on and smoke them for another couple of hours until they're back hot, and then they're just beautifully perfect. Oh, they're so good.
Yeah. I did see, oh, like this big, huge smoker that they had advertised. It's supposed to be, I don't remember how big all the services amounted to. And it was like, it looked like a 3-story fucking barbecue grill, basically, in general, to describe it. I don't know how any other way to describe it. That they had, and Walmart had it for like $800. And I'm looking at this like, all your cooking services are small, but then you look at like uh, the grill surface for like barbecuing what you really want to eat. Well, if you're just doing a barbecue, okay, well you got 2 batches there, and then you look at the smoker. It's like, okay, so you need like 3 chambers there where you got 2. Well, oh my god, so you're selling like a mixed item that's supposed to be like the be all end all. Well, you've got nothing that accommodates one individual need. And it's like, but then the more I got thinking about it, I was like, that'd be good. That'd be good. For a long time, I had like a 3 bedroom apartment, and it was just me living there. It's like, why the fuck am I keeping this? I don't need this much space. But then my daughter had a situation. It's like she had 3 kids at the time. It's like I got 2 rooms open. Well, there you go. That's why you keep all that unnecessary shit.
I know. I've kept this house, the bigger house than I need for a while, and I keep saying I want to move into a tiny home, smaller home, and buy something that we can travel in. But I keep the house here because I have, my children come and visit and whatnot. We have people that come and visit, and I have 2 extra rooms here to put them in. So
Right, you got
yeah,
extra space. You got more than you need for the unexpected,
way more than I need. That's right.
and it's better to have something when you don't need it as opposed to not have something when you do need it. And I was absolutely grateful when my daughter had her issue because she was not going to be on the street. Had I not had that place, um, she might have been there. Well, actually, she wouldn't have been there. It would have just been all them in my living room or wherever there was a room space on the floor or whatever.
Right.
But I
My
was glad
grandkids
I
will.
had them
I'll have
there.
my grandkids come spend some time with me this summer too. So they'll stay in the rooms. And I have them all wired up with cable and everything. There's TVs in there, and so it's a comfortable place for them to be. They lived here in those rooms for a good long time. They just moved last year, so I've still got their TVs in there, whatever they had in there before. They just brought their stuff with them.
Yeah, well, truth be known, um, I've been living in like the same general area for the last shit 20 years, 25 years, some shit like that. Um, my daughter was in Minnesota, and her and her husband had a falling out, and she needed rescued. So I drove to Minnesota, bailed her out. That's what any good dad would do. I did that.
You didn't bail her out of jail, huh? You just picked her up and brought her home.
Yep.
Yeah,
Was just going to get her out of a bad situation, picked her up, brought her home.
my daddy came and picked me up from my first marriage too.
Um,
Came picked me up and my 3 kids. I had 3 children. Brought us home. I didn't have anything. When we came home, I had 2 pairs of pants and a shirt. I remember that. Didn't have a car, didn't have shit.
well, when I got my daughter, she had a young child, my oldest nephew, and a backpack. So we drove from Minnesota back to home, and we stopped at a motel somewhere in the middle of all this shit. Stopped at a restaurant or two. Her and the grandson were in the back seat the whole time, and it was new between her and I at that point. Their relationship was new because I had just recently met her mother, and there was no conflict there. It just was what it was. But that's what a good dad does. And now here we are. Shit. Oh God, let me see what this was. Shit. Oh, I'm trying to get a timeline on this. Holy crap! It's been at least 10 years, close to 10 years. She still calls me dad. Not married to her mother anymore. Haven't been married to her mother since shit 3 months after I married her mother. But she still calls me dad. She lives a mile away from me now. She's got 5 more children, so now I've got 6 grandkids. Woohoo! Yay me! Um, but I relish any minute that I can spend with them. And
I have a bunch of grandkids too.
yeah, and the one rescue mission that I did to get her out of Minnesota wasn't the only one. I was at work one day, and I got to my car, and she messaged me and says, "You working?" I says, "Well, yeah. What's going on?" And she told me, it's like, well, I've only got like an hour and a half of work. At that time, she was like 300 miles away. And she says, "Well, yeah, I guess I can." It's like, no, never mind. I went, I went back in. Break wasn't even over. I told my boss, I said, I gotta go. My daughter's got an issue. I gotta go. He said, okay, go. So I did. And went down there and rescued her again. Again, the next day, her husband was there, spouting apologies, saying what he felt she needed to hear, and it fucking worked. And well, now she's actually done with him. But now she's only a mile away, so the rescue mission, no, it's not a rescue mission.
Sometimes it takes a couple of breakups for it to.
Yeah, but I'm not sad about the situation for the breakup because he has never really treated her like she deserves to be treated. He's just it's like if he wants a meal, laundry done, piece of ass, that's what she's for. Nothing more than that, and that's how I've seen it from pretty much the get go. I've seen a lot of disrespect shown towards her, and I would I'm not okay with it. Not okay with it. And now she
DFK, Taze wants to start calling you dad, and I think Gemini 7 wants you to start calling her mom.
I don't know.
Gemini 7's on a roll this morning.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything about Gemini 7. I don't know if that would be appropriate for me to call her mom.
Well, she thinks of you as her baby. I think it would be nice of you to call her mom or mama.
Well, let's see. Considering you can be like keyboard warriors and have nothing known about you and bait somebody into doing something that they would not normally do, y'all want to bait me into something like that? Come up and speak about it. Don't just be in chat about it. Come up and be about it, and we can go from there. We can lay like foundation for that.
I've never heard Gemini speak. I think I've heard Taze talk before, but I don't know that I've ever heard Gemini speak.
I don't. I'm pretty sure I've never heard either one of them speak.
Taze would like his own car, but if you could just lend him your car for the weekend, that might be okay.
Yeah, some shit never dies. No good deed ever goes
No good
unpunished.
deed. That's right. No
No good
good
deed ever
deed.
dies either, apparently.
That's
Just
right.
lives and lingers forever. It's been a
Hmm.
fucking year since that car was given.
That's
And I'm
right.
still
And
getting hit
people are
with
still
that.
worried about it. I'm so worried about how that car gift has affected my life. DFK, do you know how much that car gift has affected my own personal life? DFK, would you like me to go into how
Do you
and how
have
many
any
ways it
clue
has
how much
affected
giving
me?
that car away benefited my life? Because I have a parking space for me now.
Just let me go over how it's affected my life, DFK.
Oh, please do.
Okay, it hasn't. It's affected my life
Oh,
zero, zero. So that's why I don't care about it. That's why I've never really given a shit. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
well, damn. You got me all hopped up and hoped for that I could just like have a minute
Let
break
me
before
tell you
Jay
how I've
finished.
struggled with the gift of that car.
Well, I can tell you how I can tell you how I've struggled.
Well, you've never heard the end of it because, you
I
know,
know, and I probably never will hear the end of it, but I have struggled thus far. Um, People saying, "Hey, I want a car." Well, if I had a car to give, I might consider you, but I don't, so I can't. But I can tell you how I benefited. I have a place to park my car now, my new
there's
car
a
now.
there's a lot to be said for that parking place because I've stored people's cars, my children's cars for them also, where they just took up a fucking parking place for a year in my yard. It's irritating. Finally get my place back and think, oh, that is great.
considering
really.
that I live on a street where I have a driveway that is capable of containing two cars if they are parked in a very certain manner, and I have footage in front of my house that will accommodate two cars. And at the time that that car was offered, there were six vehicles here. So with what I had, there was no way. A couple cars were parked across the street, certain points, random points. Neighbor's house right directly across the street says he'd come up to me or at one point and says, "I don't like you parking in front of my house." And I'm thinking, well, I'm sorry about that, but this is like a public street and nobody owns it. But trying to not make waves with my neighbors, I was
Right.
parking my
I know
car
what you
like
mean.
shit half a mile away just based on the parking situation. So I was grateful to get that fucker out of my driveway just to open it to where I don't have to fucking park a half mile away. So everybody looks at it that I did her a favor by giving her the car. No, I actually did myself a favor by opening up the parking spot. And people just don't see my point of that. So that's on them, not me. Yeah,
Well, DFK, I mean, let's talk about how this stuff really does affect other people's lives. I mean, for you to just give
well,
someone a
because
car. No, let me
because
finish. Let me finish,
because they
DFK.
have no
For
life.
you to just give someone a car and not think about how that will impact other people on the internet is very selfish of you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, DFK. I hope you know I'm just joking.
Well, no, actually, there's a lot of realism in that most people just don't seem to understand. I got
But there is. I mean, I don't,
yeah.
I have never really understood
Don't bring
why
anything to
people
the
care.
classroom that you cannot share with everyone. You can't just
That's
bring
right,
like
DFK.
one
If
cookie
you
to the
don't,
classroom to
if you
give to
don't have
one person. You got to bring
115
cookies for
cars,
everybody's.
if you don't have 115 cars, then you need to keep the 3 cars that you have at home.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, on the internet, you got to have like shit 75,000 cars to give to everybody who's going to come sub to you because you're giving away cars. Fuck you. If you're just after me for what I have to offer, you're in the wrong place because I only offer what I have at the time that I have it, and I'm not going to go out and seek it and try and re-provide it to where I can give it to somebody else. It ain't going to fucking happen.
Well, I'm still trying to win $50 by making you laugh. So
Oh, well, actually,
I'm just kidding again, DFK. I'm joking.
no, no, no. Actually, now that you mentioned that, nobody succeeded in that. No, nobody succeeded.
I think it's rigged, DFK. I think it's rigged.
Well, no. See, the problem is when
I
when you.
think you're not laughing on purpose.
Oh no, trust me. I really like to laugh. I really do. But
And I'm pretty sure.
people
I'm
people come
pretty
up and
sure.
tell people come up and tell like lame jokes. Oh shit! I have forgotten more jokes than most people will ever know, and I guess that's the part they missed. So it does take a lot to actually make me laugh. Um, but I'm not opposed to laughing, and to this day, nobody has collected that because nobody's actually genuinely made me belly laugh.
DFK, I told you a joke the other day. Do you want me to tell it again?
Sure.
How do you know when there's been an elephant in the refrigerator?
I don't know. Tell me again.
Footprints in the peanut butter.
Oh, and I think I started to analyze that joke saying, well, I don't keep peanut butter in the.
You did. It's a silly joke. It's pretty old. It's kind of stupid, but I like elephant jokes. Elephant jokes are my favorite.
God, there's got to be like, what, three of them?
There's millions of elephant jokes, and I love them all.
I really don't think there's like millions of them.
I'm telling you, there's tons of
Okay,
elephant jokes.
well then tell me 5 more.
I don't know 5 of them off the top of my head. I'd have to Google it.
But there's
I know a
millions of
few.
them.
I know
Oh,
a few.
oh, oh. Okay, well then that disqualifies that.
Some of the other elephant jokes that I know are pretty filthy, so I don't know that I could tell them on YouTube.
Well, okay, well,
Peanut butter in the refrigerator. Taste people that keep elephants keep the peanut butter in the refrigerator. That's who.
oh, the people that don't know how peanut butter works do. Um, but since you brought it up, that panel, the $50 make me laugh. Yeah, nobody collected that $50. So in all actuality, I guess that $50 is still out there to be collected. So
You need to call that next time you do a panel like that. You need to call that $50 make me holla.
why? That
I
sounds like I'm
you know I
looking
think
for a
it's a
prostitute.
I think it's a good title myself. I'm not perfect, TFK. I don't think of the most perfect things. I didn't say it was a great name. I just said you should name it that. $50 make me holla.
Yeah, I think that would have like
Okay,
sexual
how about
innuendos.
this?
Just
How
saying.
about this? How about this? Make me holla $50.
Oh, oh, that might be the belly laugh.
Uh-oh. Well, so name it that. That way, nobody will be able to use that joke.
That might be the belly laugh. That's the best laugh I've had on YouTube since I put that panel up there. And I was going to tell you, you're in a prime position to collect that because ain't nobody come up and made me laugh. And you can't make me laugh from chat because everybody knows I don't pay a lot of attention to chat.
That's right. You don't read chat. I'm having to read the chat for you.
Well, no,
I don't really. Let's
I,
see. Let's
I
see.
have my
Here's
limit.
Thump Thump 32. Someone named Thump Thump 32 says DFK gave Shelly another car. She has two now, and he gave Teresa a 2021 Ford F-150. DFK, thank you. That is a really nice thing for you to do.
You
Thank
are
you.
welcome, but if I ever owned a 2021 F-150, oh, I'd fucking die in that car before I gave it away.
Oh,
Or, excuse
no.
me,
No,
die
I know
in that
you'd give it to
truck
me.
before I gave it away.
Yeah, I'd drive it right
Actually,
into the lake.
in all
Damn
honesty,
Fords.
and I mean in all honesty, I think it was like, shit, when was it? Like 2009, 2010, something. Dodge came up with a pickup with an eco diesel that got 29 miles per gallon highway. Oh fuck, sign me up. And I want to find one of them. I really do want to find one of them. A truck that gets 29 miles per gallon highway. Fuck yeah, sign me up.
No shit. No shit. I drive a little Toyota Corolla.
As it stands right now, I'm in a 17 Nissan Rogue, and
A Rogue.
it does
That's
really good.
isn't that one of those like little funny shaped cars? Isn't
Little
it like
SUV,
boxy? Yes,
that
yes. Those are cute
small
little
SUV.
cars.
But that's what I'm in now, and that's going to be what I have till I die, or until I find something else I really, really want or really, really need.
Did you buy it new?
Actually, I got this because my bad daughter moved to Minnesota, and she went out and financed this and got my mother to co-sign on it. Um, and then a month
Ah,
after
so you ended up with it. I see.
within a month of purchasing it, I remember the fact where my mother was signing paperwork, and my mother looked at me and says, "Can this hurt me?" I said, "As long as she makes payment, no, it can't hurt you at all." And before she even turned her head, I says, "Well, I'll tell you what. If she doesn't pay it, I will." So I promised my mother that it would not affect her. Well, a month after purchasing that, her and her boyfriend went out and did something stupid. They ended up in prison, both of them. Prison, not jail, prison. Felony crimes.
It's hard to make a car payment from prison.
Yeah, but my mother was getting hit with that, and I remember that call back late September of 2018 when the car just got financed August of 2018, and found out about it. And I said, well, no. Um, they said, well, we could just put it back on the lot and you make the payments until the car sells. It's like, no, 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 because to me that just screamed a scam. No, I'm not going to do that. So I paid on that car, and I made the payments for 2 years until the prosecution was done with their case, because they don't just the state that they were in. They don't just go through and collect all the evidence that they think would be pertinent and relevant to the case. They want to keep that car impounded until everything is resolved, in case there's anything
Are
that
you
they
kidding
miss.
me? They had it impounded for all that time?
Absolutely.
Oh
It,
my gosh.
I was paying on that car for 2 entire years before I ever laid eyes on it. And I had been making the payments for the entire time.
Wow, DFK. Oh,
And
unbelievable. What about the storage fees on the impound yard?
there were
Was there
no,
storage fees?
there
Or
were
it wasn't impounded? Where was it? Where was the car at all this time?
police impound at the police station.
Oh, the police. They didn't charge any impound fees. Wow.
And had they tried to charge them, it's like, you know what? You're charging me for something that I'm just making payments on, and I never laid eyes on this. And if we got to go to the court to try and get this resolved, yeah, I'll be more than willing to go there with that. And you hang on to it until it's fucking done, and we can go from there. At that point, I just really didn't care. But I got that car, and that's what caused me to give the car to Shelly. Um, that's what caused me to sell my truck, um, to open up spots, and I did it. And I have no regrets about any part of it, none whatsoever. I don't feel bad about giving the car away to Shelly. She was in a time of need, and oh my god, a completely unuser friendly state. So, and she never asked for it. This is the part that most people miss. Shelly never asked for the car. I never put it out there that I had a car. Who wants it? I never put it out there. It just happened, just so come to pass that Shelly did a panel one night.
Well, DFK, it's affected a lot of people on the internet in negative ways. So,
Only because they weren't the recipient. Well, boo hoo. Life ain't always all sunshine and rainbows, princess. Get used to it. And if you're looking at me to blow sunshine and rainbows up your ass, you better find somebody else, because I ain't gonna fucking do it. I help those when I can, where I can, how I can, and nothing else. And I'm sorry that that don't work for you, but it works for me. And that's
well,
just the way it is.
I can't tell you how much I'm enjoying this new Ford F-150 2022 pickup truck.
Hey, let me know when it breaks down so I can take care of all the maintenance for you on something I've never seen.
Will
Because
you also
I
do you
want to make
mind
sure I
paying
do that
the
too.
insurance also? Can you pay the insurance on it this
Oh,
month?
absolutely! It's
Um,
already paid for the next 5 years.
oh, well, thank you, DFK.
I'm
You're the
I'm
best.
sorry. I'm sorry you didn't get that memo.
Can you I don't know if I'm gonna be able to drive it without like a camper or something that I can pull behind it to go on vacation and stuff.
Oh
So
well, let me get you like a 40-foot fifth wheel. I'll get that paid for free and clear, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, you don't have to worry about no repossessions while you're out camping and shit.
thanks, DFK. That's all.
No problem.
I mean,
That's
it's the
just how
least you
I
can do.
roll.
I hope it doesn't negatively impact anyone else on the internet, though. All right, DFK, I gotta get off. I got people starting to wake up here, and I got things to do. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Um, Reach out if you need anything, and let me know. I don't know where you live or anything, but let me know if you need some help getting yourself some professional peoples involved in your situation.
Yeah, you got my area code. That should tell you a little something, something.
Sasquatch wants to talk to me about my extended car warranty. Get in line, Sasquatch. Get in line. A
Oh,
lot of
hey,
people out there wanting to talk to
Sasquatch,
me about that.
that extended car warranty on that 2021, that's already done. It's already done.
Thank you, DFK. All right, everybody have a nice day. Talk to y'all later.
Hey, Teresa, thanks for coming up.
Yes. Thanks for having me, DFK. I appreciate it. Bye.
Anytime. Actually, if Poon is still here, I would love for Poon to come up because there is definitely something I want to talk to him about. Um, hey, Poon, if you're still here, please put a one in chat just so I know you're here. There's something that has been weighing on my mind that needs to be addressed. If anybody else would like to come up, anybody is more than welcome. It's not a closed panel. Um, I just looked in my refrigerator just now and come to find out, um, just opened up number 13. So could get fun, funny, angry, emotions all over the place at this point on. Never know where it's going to go. If I get sounding like I'm angry at anybody, um, trust the fact that it's not really directed at the person that says the trigger words or whatever. It's just me venting. Um, I'm actually at the point where I think that I should not vent at any point for anything and just keep it to where I just literally explode. And I mean, seriously, whatever, explode. For those that do not know, I have had previous suicidal thoughts. Um, so I'm not opposed to those. Um, I don't welcome them, but they can happen. And me being the one that bottles shit up to protect others, certain things can be said that affect me deeply, but I bottle them up and I might divert and vent about something else. But I guess Boone's not here. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'm okay with that. He's got a life. Can't stop anybody's life. Mortgage payments? Yeah, sure, Taze, no problem. Have them send me the paperwork. I'll take care of those for you. No problem. And buy the whole fucking world of Coke, too, while I'm at it. Actually, no, I'll go one better. I'll buy them 2 Cokes. That's just the kind of guy I am. I got money falling out my ass. Woo. Guys, good to be DFK. Who fucking who? As much as I love everybody that is here right now, um, I cannot do monologue in any length. Um, I'm pretty sure I've already had my monologue. Um, so I need to start a timer like 5 minutes. If somebody wants to come up, more than welcome. Keep it going. If not, shut it down. No pressure, no obligations. In case nobody does, I want to take this opportunity to say thank you, everyone, for stopping by to visit DFK. Uh, Teresa, thank you very much for coming up and actually interacting. That's fucking awesome. Um, I appreciate that more than anything. Um, to those that were here in chat, thank you very much for stopping by. Definitely appreciate all of you. I'm sorry if I don't pay enough attention to chat. Um, I know that's like a character flaw of mine, and I'm doing my best to work on that. Um, if I could be told how I should interact with chat, I would appreciate the constructive criticism. Um, would it be required to respond to each person in chat? Is putting the chat that they put up on screen enough? Um, that would be awesome to find out what would make people happy. Um, Problem with most of my panels is they are a shit show. Never know what anybody's gonna do. There are people that come up that have been known to porn bomb, so I do have to pay attention for that, which is very distracting, and I damn sure do not appreciate that aspect. But that is basically um, the panel in and of itself in a single explanation. Yoda Doug just got here late. Yoda, thanks for stopping by. Um, but yeah, I don't want to exclude chat. Um, Chat is like God on in most cases. Chat is like at least 60% of the show. On most cases, especially mine, they're like 90% of the show. So the people that just come in chat, I love them all, man. I love them all. And for those that don't know, Punkylicious, ooh, freaking drop dead. Just saying. That's just my opinion. My opinion don't count. Don't fucking matter. But yeah, it is what it is. Can't change the facts. Can't do it. Cannot do it. Just saying. Alright, so guess I'm gonna wrap this up. Have a great night. I don't know if anybody else is live right now. Um, but I can't do monologues very long after I get my point across. I can do interactions where conversation can feed off of conversation, but to try and feed out of my own brain, it just don't work. Um, but I do want to thank everybody for stopping by, taking a little time out of your day to visit DFK. I hope you all have a great day. I really wish that everybody has great news all day long. And I hope you all stop by and see me again. Peace out, everybody. Love you all.